Hello, and welcome to the Street Crime UK YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Today we look at the case of 6 men who have been convicted after the National Crime Agency investigation uncovered their role in the supply of cocaine and a separate plot to torture and rob a Manchester man's home and business. The crime group, who were from Manchester, Warrington and Hertfordshire, were all involved in the supply of drugs, which have been estimated by police to be almost £250,000. 5 of the men in the gang also conspired to commit a robbery that would include threatening and tying up victims, and also threatening to cut their ears off. The National Crime Agency captured covert recordings of Gary Betts, who was 57, and of Rybank Road, Firswood, Manchester, as he told associates that he had a nice job and that there would be plenty of dough involved. He was joined by Gerard Boyle, who was 57, of Eleanor Road, Manchester, the brothers Chris and John Salmon, who were 32 and 35, of Moorcroft Road and Dudley Road in Manchester, and Wayne Summons, who was 39, of Oakwood Road, Bricket Wood in Hertfordshire. The gang believed the victims to be holding a substantial amount of cash in their home, which was in Greater Manchester, and had discussed the logistics of the robbery at the office of Mr. Boyle, who was the registered director of a plastics recycling firm. Mr. Betts was heard to say, "His dad's an old man, and there's only one kid in the house. You've got to give him a fucking slap, you know what I mean, to tell you where the dough is." Wayne Simmons agreed to carry out the robbery and discussed having a contact who specialised in impersonating police to gain entry to people's homes. Mr. Simmons' contact, who would use the encrypted messaging service EncroChat and refer to himself as the Old Bill, had bragged to Mr. Simmons about the emergency blue lights he had fitted to vehicles, and was later described by Mr. Simmons during the trial as someone who was not to be messed with. Further conversations, which were recorded by the police between the men, indicated that they were willing to torture the victims to acquire the money. Mr. Betts said, "I'd just walk in and I'll just bang him and tie him up, and I'll cut his ear off and tell him, I've been down your area and I've cut people up. Believe me, I'll have blowtorch to your balls and I'll cut your ear off. Put it this way, I know an iron hurts on your chest." Mr. Betts, Mr. Boyle and Mr. Simmons, along with both the Salmon brothers, had also discussed drug supply and pricing, including the purchase and sale of around 5 kilograms of cocaine. Further searches of both the Manchester business premises, where the conversations were recorded, and a property on Sandgate Road in Southampton, which was linked to Mr. Simmons, led to the discovery of 100 grams of cocaine, drug paraphernalia, which included a drug press and 3 kilograms of boric acid. When the gang were arrested on the 11th of May last year, the gang were arrested along with an additional man in Warrington, William Skillen, who was 35, from Long Lane, who was also involved in the drug conspiracy. All the men appeared before Manchester Crown Court and were found guilty of the charges after a 7-week trial. The NCA operations manager, John Sayers, said, "These men were clearly very dangerous and stated that they were willing to carry out the dangerous acts of violence in pursuit of their aims. They used business premises to freely talk about their drug dealing, where it became apparent that their links to the trade were very much serious and organised. With the support of the Met Police Flying Squad and Greater Manchester Police, the NCA was able to secure the men's arrests and obtain the evidence that has led to the guilty verdicts. Class A drugs are inextricably linked to violence and exploitation in the local community, and the NCA, together with its partners, uses all of its capability to disrupt the perpetrators and bring them to account. The gang were remanded to be sentenced at a later date. Thank you for joining us today. What are your opinions on the crimes committed by the drugs gang? How long do you think the judge will sentence the gang to? Please let us know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed this content, please don't forget to like and share, and if you're new to the channel and you enjoy Street Crime UK content, Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and press the bell so you can join us on the next video. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, stay safe.